The Royal Horticultural Society have said we are in crisis. The industry is lacking youngsters coming through. This is Eggleston Hall Gardens, and over the next 12 months we're going to take you on a journey of what it's like to run a nursery garden. Well, here we are in week 12. It feels very... I don't know how to describe it at the moment. We are obviously having problems. We don't know if we're going to be allowed to stay open. I'm contracted to bring in thousands of bedding plants and probably no customers to buy them. If I cancel the order, I have to pay, I think, 90% of the cost. And I literally have thousands of plants growing. I cannot hold them back. I think, well, we just have to wait and see. I've had to warn all the staff that work for me that, unfortunately, we may have to lay people off. For us, as a nursery here, we make our money in 3 months. We make 80% of our income in April, May, June, and probably July as well. So 4 months. When we get through, that gets us through the coming winter. When we get into March, we've got very little money left. So we rely on sales from then on to pay everybody and store up enough capital to get through the next year, the next winter. Well, we're in March and that's it. There is nothing left in the tank. The worst case scenario is that we have to lay people off temporarily until this coronavirus thing is gone or eased. And everybody's in the same boat. You can't blame anybody, it's just an unfortunate circumstance. Don't know what else to say, really. That's the simple facts of the matter. Myself and Lisa will have to try and maintain things just to keep stuff alive, hoping that we can get it through to next year. There are a lot of plants to keep alive, but we don't have to get paid. So that's the simple facts of the matter. And there are people up and down the country that don't know where they're going to get their next wage from, or pubs, theatres, actors at work. Yeah, you all know what it's like. You know, you hear it over and over again. So you struggle to find some positivity out of it. But then I'm looking here today and it's a beautiful day. I know we're in the ravages of this virus, but it will get better. And there's interesting things that are happening. Maybe we can see this, so we can at the end of it get some sort of shake out of our complacency. I see nitrous oxide levels, methane levels the air is getting cleaner because we're not using so much fossil fuels, and we have all the intelligence and all the technology to have a good old-fashioned style life where we can grow locally, we can use food seasonally, we can have really good lives, we can use the best of technology, but we have to stop polluting this planet. Maybe this will give us a snapshot of what it can be like, and then we just have to adapt our lives in the future. I don't know, but we've got to get something out of this. Every country on this earth has got to get something out of this. We've got to learn from it. We've got to stop being so fucking complacent, because nobody has got another planet shoved up their jumper. So, if that happens, financial ruin seems like a small price to pay. Yeah. I need to keep myself in beer. I have a beer every night. Like a pint. It's like a routine. It's like an OCD thing, I think. But I worry about the people that work for me. Clara's just started her apprenticeship, but they will just be put on hold. And I will get through this, and we will come back. And they will finish their jobs or their training and go forward, even not with me. We just have to be motivated and get our fingers out our arse as a species, I think. There you go. Ain't doing no more preaching. We just continue making these while we can. There might not be any customers to look at. Well, no bad thing, but I do need them. One good thing, somebody came in yesterday and bought a couple of these big cedars. That was good, because you don't want to be potting these buggers on again, because you busted a bollock on them last time. Look at that. It's beautiful today. It's wonderful to be alive. Yeah, you have to bend it over, Clara. Come on, Clara, get your finger out. It's nice to have some deliveries to be sending out while we can. Each one that goes out is one plant less to maintain. Wonderful. Blackbirds. Noisy little buggers. Yeah?
It's beautiful weather.
What are you doing for homework?
Essays.
Essays?
More health and safety essays.
Oh, fuck.
So that'll take me a little while, but it'll be alright.
Yeah. That'll keep you amused anyway.
Yeah, and I can get in my garden.
And it's hydrangea paniculars are one of the things they're meant to be. The harder you prune them, the better the flowers are going to be. So what I'm going to do, if there's any of these little pissy weak bits like this, I'm just going to cut some of them out completely. And especially when I don't like seeing bits where you just get these, where you get these like spurs of weak growth and they end up being crossing. So some of them I am just going to take out completely.
Snap this.
Yeah. So any bits like that that are coming out that way, we'll reduce them just to about one bud. What I'll do this time, just to give it a really
Do I need to do a slanted cut or
pruning.
not? No.
technically you should.
Sure, okay.
Does it really matter for a lot of things?
No.
Not a great deal, but
Not if it's
this-
at an angle
So-
anyway.
Yeah.
not an angle. For something like this, I'd say for things like roses, I would definitely slanted cut, but for something like this, I'd be less
The
bothered
reason
about
for the
doing
slanting cut is to take the water, the moisture away from the buds, so it doesn't go down into the thing. But most of these are at an angle anyway, so
that. With this one like this, you can see where it's got a great long PC where there's just no growth coming from, and it's all the end here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that one back quite sharpish. Might take it back down into about there, so it might fill up in that middle a bit more. And then just with some of these ones like this, I mean that growth there is absolutely
Yeah.
pointless. It's coming off sideways, so I'm just going to cut that out completely. See if we can get some nice fresh stuff from the base. And again, with the piece up here, like it's got this stretch here, it's got all these little crappy little spurs bits, but then it's got a real strong shoot out the back there, so I'm going to cut that one out and just reduce that one down to about a bud. And this one and that one looks like it's a pretty crappy bit again. And this pissy bit. Again, nice one, you see that one, it's just got all this, for whatever reason, it could have been the birds, this bit sort of died off here, and then it's got these rubbishy bits. And cut that back to there. And it should recover quite happily from this sort of prune as well. We'll probably just give it a feed this year because it's in quite poor soil here. It's just in what is essentially old potting compost that we chucked on here, so we might just give it a bit of help giving it a prune like this, but it should hopefully repay us in the summer.
Come on, Clara, get your finger out.
Sorry, first time doing this. But I do love the flower. in
You do?
summer. Yes, I do.
Can you remember it?
Like white to pink. Or,
Yeah.
So it's nice vanilla flavours.
It's a nice thing. It's actually nice for a long time in bud, isn't it, Donald?
Yeah,
And
it has got a really long spell of interest.
because sometimes you think, oh, that's never going to turn white because it's like a green panicle of bud. And then it does turn white, and then it gradually goes pink. It's an amazing thing. Like all the hydrangea paniculars, they've been churning out quite a few of late, and I think some of them are a bit samey.
Yeah, some of them are getting to the point where there's very little to tell between them.
What would you do with that one, Clara? I would, yeah.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, go on. Get the bugger back. Go on, shit or bust.
Oh.
Excellent.
That's about it.
Take for a test.
What have you done to me, hydrangea? Well done. You've taken the bird's perch away now.
What do you mean? It's still there.
Well, yeah.
That little bit of peppered in bird shit.
So I've just managed to catch you doing the last one. We are doing what?
Anemone multifida. Sorry.
An anemone multifida.
One of them funny, strangely spelt words.
Yeah.
They're going in 1.5 litres. I've already knocked the weed off the top and any loose soil. Put this down here. A lovely little spring flower, a soft yellow, creamy yellow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
While you're all here, I have got to start putting on subtitles when we talk and put put names of plants on, because some people, especially overseas, they can't understand your bloody Yorkshire accent.
I don't understand that. I find it very offensive, bastard. What are you talking about?
So we're going to try and put more subtitles on. Not subtitles, sorry, just captions when there's a plant name. I can't put subtitles on. I struggle talking English myself sometimes. Yeah, there's a bloody old moggy over there. Good boy. You get them mice. Come on, Tiddles. I've never seen him before. You're going to build up the anticipation. This is an old plant we had, and it's a flowering cherry called Cheel's Weeping. It's got a Japanesey name, and I can't remember what that bugger is. I did know, but I disappeared into the midst of the chasm that once was a brain. Now these buds are just like starting to break, or swell anyway. And this tree is just such a beautiful thing. I do like weeping trees because of the movement and sort of grace that they have. Looking forward to seeing that. You'll enjoy that, it's nice. Delphiniums, 2 weeks ago. Planted out, they're looking good. Alive-o. Even the later flowering ones, they're just starting to break through the surface of the soil now. There's much stuff in the border that's starting to poke its little head through. The grass is going to want cutting soon. It also has the added advantage that if we use the ride-on, that we can clear up some of the old leaves and detritus, like little bits of twig and stuff. Just tidy the lawns up, even if we don't get anybody in. Here, this is veratrum. It's not a hosta. Some people think it looks like a hosta, but you see how it's got the lovely pleated leaves? This is veratrum nigrum. The veratrums are a strange plant. They are pollinated by flies, which I think I've already explained. That, you know, for a day or two in the evening, they smell of dogs' turds. But yeah, they're very good. The leaves will get much bigger than this. This is nigrum. There's veratrum album and veratrum nigrum. And the best way I can describe the flower, it's not really green, it's like a big sweet corn flower, just like, well, that's what it looks like. But the leaves are wonderful. We'll come back to that in a week or two when it's looking larger. That's the dark flowered form, and then over here we have a much slightly behind, but the white flower form. To all intents and purposes, the leaves are the same.
So what I'm doing here is, it's about mid-March, so it's about the right time to be transplanting some of these conifers. You'd either do it just as they've gone dormant, so in sort of late autumn, early winter, or just before they're coming out of dormancy, so early spring. They'd quite resent being transplanted in the depths of winter, especially if you start to get a bit of really cold, frosty weather, also really wet weather. Some of these, one of them, there was a pine, and this one Carstens. Now, it's one of the most popular and quite deservedly popular of the winter golden pines, especially the Mugo pines. But this one here, for whatever reason, I would imagine there's too much shade here. It doesn't really turn in the winter anymore. So what I've come to the decision to just transplant it, and I'll pop them up and grow them all on for another year before putting them out for sale, just so that I can sort of guarantee that they survive essentially. So what I'll do, I like to go around the edge of the plant. I know I planted these when they were in quite small pots, so it shouldn't be too difficult, but just go around the edge, get a nice circle, try and get the full depth of the spade, and try get right around there, and then just stick it in and start just easing down on the spade a little bit there, see when I can get some movement and see where the break comes from. And I personally prefer to go quite wide with your circle around the outside. It's a bit overkill, but just means you'll be more guaranteed to get a nicer root ball. And I'll take my time with it just because I don't want to be ripping them out. At the end of the day, I want to be pretty certain that these are going to get transplanted and survive. Because obviously we can pop them up and it's a bit of money back.
And you love them as well, don't you?
Yeah.
You're a fetishist.
It's not a fetish. It's an appreciation.
Alright.
That's all it is. It's nothing more creepy. I just like conifers. There we go. I'm pretty much, I mean, there's bound to be
I used to appreciate Karen Boswell in the 5th form. Till Bill Rogers caught us a... Well, yeah. So that's it, is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, obviously, you see, there's just Japanese maple here, so I've got some roots of that entangled, but yeah, pretty much that's about it. I will try and knock some of this stuff off as well, so I don't lose a great deal of compost in it, but yeah, that is about it. Just chop that one off. Yeah, and I'll go through, I'm going to be taking a few of these boys out just because I've got some really quite rare and fancy ones I would like to plant, so where I can I'll be chopping and changing who I've got planted in here. I've done it a couple of times in this border where I've maybe taken a few out.
Is that a sort of elitism, would you say? Coniferous elitism?
Yeah, well, I've only got a limited space here, so I have to have the rarest and the best.
You know, it's nice
Really?
to see people specialising in something. I know I take the piss, but it is really, really good.
Yeah. I think we are quite fortunate. We've got some here from being able to access collections where you just won't see them many other places in this country, really.
No.
I think it's really quite special. That little larch there, Lobbydossa.
Lobbydossa?
Lobbydossa.
Ah, yeah, Lobbydossa. There's a bit of bird shit in the way of the name. We'll have to take that off, but yeah. Lobbydossa. He's just starting to swell in the bud. He's going to look nice in another week, 2 weeks.
That's about it. I'll take him and I'll pot him up.
Am I filming that, or is that just so boring? That
but it's bloody potting a plant. You need to film that, need you?
No, alright, no. If it was one of the girls, I might do it, because that makes it a bit more interesting, because they're quite nice and kind and gentle. And they're not fetishes. Don't you dare. You look like you're having a wee. Go on, get up. You have to squat square, you're a female.
Sorry, I'm not that
You're
rude.
so smutty, aren't you? I don't know where you get it from.
I'm not that rude. Yeah, I get it from my garden, Grandpa.
Shut up. They are like,
Don't really need to
them
water
pots
that
are
much.
quite dirty, aren't they? There's half the compost coming out when you're watering them.
I know, I'm not concentrating when you're like...
No. You need a bigger rose.
No, actually the compost's not coming out. It's just when I pot them, the pots get a bit dirty.
Do they?
They do?
Fuck me.
The whole time spinning, but when it gets cold, people ask.
I know.
I feel like I can't really do anything about that.
Have we got any of it?
I've sent some to Matthew.
Right. This airum's quite nice as well.
Yeah, I might dig some of that up.
Are you filming all that?
No.
Oh, that's a pity.
I know it was, wasn't it? Behind the scenes.
Did you film that or not?
Yeah, just for the crack.
I don't want you filming your crack. I just want you to sort of like be sensible.
No,
Hey,
I didn't
I'm
want
not
to
gonna let you have
move.
that camera.
I didn't want to move because I didn't want to let you know that I was filming, so.
Right. Yeah.
Grumpy guts.
Oh, grumpy guts. I'm just,
You're happy, I mean.
I'm a cheerful cherub.
Mm.
Right.
So got. Sorry, Thomas, I'm coming with the camera.
We don't want you falling in half, Clara. What are you doing? Apart from being very flexible.
I'm just been potting these up. But I've had to move some of these along just because I want to make sure they're in their varieties. So
Right.
make sure they're all together, so it's much easier that way. But everything's, all the beds getting filled up now with lots of lovely plants.
Good. So you're still fucking about with your conifers?
Yeah.
Not much interest in there then.
Well done, Thomas.
Oh, well done, Thomas. Sniff.
Lots of people like this border.
Do they?
Yeah. It's interesting.
Oh, it's interesting, Thomas. Anyway, choose a rose. You've got to put it on Facebook, apparently. Elizabeth says we have to choose a rose.
We've got Ophelia.
No,
No,
we
that smells
no.
nice.
Choose your favourite rose, as long as it's one we sell.
Do we sell that? We should do.
No,
Yeah, why? It smells nice.
because I never get around to doing it. It does smell nice. It's lovely. Yeah, we should do it.
See you.
Bye.
Can we get down to some serious stuff now instead of all the guff? What's going on?
Right, well, this is the little label printer for having my conifer border. I just print them out onto these little black strips and then stick them straight onto one of them like that. So all I have to do is type in the name. So I want Pinus.
I need to get a better
I get
picture of
the
that.
angle where the glare. I find pine, obviously it's got Pinus saved, so I just okay.
You
that.
say pinus, I say penis. Pinus, penis. Penis, pinus.
Well, the Germans do.
Do
Oh,
they?
yeah, that's a Pinus, yeah.
Oh.
Just a girl I knew did. And then I want blue. Blue.
Lulu.
It's just a strand. I mean, I've got it as a continuous ribbon, so it'll cut off this first one that I did from Cypress Bambi, and then so you come out there, and it won't cut that one off until I print the next one.
Right. So you have to print the next one.
And then one Aristata. Lemon Frost. The next one, and we'll cut off that blue loop.
And this is a brother. Is it a brother?
Yeah, what's his name?
I'm sure it's
Yeah,
brother.
brother P-Touch.
2730. And then you just stick them on there.
Yeah.
You're going to stick one on there, no?
Yeah,
See
can
the
do.
complete job.
Make sure they're clean. I'm just using these second-hand ones, so I'm making sure they're clean. Peel them in half.
They've lasted quite a few years, haven't they?
They've done well, yeah, because the ones that these are second-hand ones, when I have to peel the label off, they took a bit of getting off. Just like that.
Yeah, it looks very professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Blue.
Lulu.
Come on, Clara. Get your finger out.
Your finger out your pocket for starters.
Hey. Oh, yeah, sorry. I was fiddling. Right, yeah. At least nothing's bothering you, is it, young lady? You're probably laying an egg a day and going off to sit on a nest somewhere. And then you're going to start sitting tight in a little while. You're not even frightened, are you? You're a beautiful young woman. No bothers about coronavirus, financial implosion, stock markets, price of gold. All you're interested in is that little bit of scratch corn there. I envy you, Doris. Except you'll probably get shot in a year or two. That's not so good. These look beautiful. Little pots of white primroses. We've looked at this one before. This is Gia White. They're just so beautiful. These little pots are about $2.95 and you'll have them for the whole of your life. You can just divide them, chop them up into little pieces. Beautiful little things. What a lovely Sunday evening. It's almost liquid light. Absolutely beautiful. This is the end of the week. Normally I would be making these films up on a Sunday, but the hours are having to change now because of circumstances. So they're probably going to get made up on a Monday. So if you're concerned, I'm not dead, not ill, not self-abusing, not abusing, isolating.
No, I'm looking after you, aren't I?
You are.
I am.
You are. You always look after me.
I was making sure I knew where you are at all times, just in case anything happens, you know.
Were you?
Yeah, I was. I was asking Amanda, and I was asking Claire. I was just making sure that you were alive still.
Thank you very much, Clara, for your
I'm
concern.
your carer. It's my job. My job, you know.
You're an angel. Since I made these bits of and put these bits of videos together, we've had things have moved on. We're going from day to day at the moment, but they've moved on to such an extent we're not getting any customers. We're coming out of winter, as I've probably explained, and we have no cash flow left. So I've had to lose all my staff. It's absolutely heartbreaking after nearly 25 years to actually, I've never lost anybody, but right across the board, it's just myself and my wife Lisa are just going to have to come in and try and maintain the nursery. Now, I'd originally hoped to do a year of these. I see no reason to change that. It's just going to be a year of, well, I don't know, I'll find something to put on these films, but it'll just be primarily myself. And we'll look around at the plants. We can look at plants, there's lots of beautiful things to see. We can look at the changing of the seasons. We can just do all sorts of things, but it won't be what I'd hoped to give the viewers to look at. I'll try and make them as interesting as possible. But primarily at the moment, my thoughts are with the people that work for me, because they've had their jobs put on hold. We have some government schemes that will help them with wages and things, but in our business, now is when we make the money for the rest of the year, and that's been taken away. Anyway, let's see what we can do. There is a little thing that's right. This is really sad. Yeah. So go on then, Thomas.
Wait, you're saying it's sad now? I don't want to do it now.
Do you actually know all of these? Come on. Let's see how good you are at doing these. Go on.
I'm just going to give the cultivar names.
All right.
Right, I'll go like back to front, back to front. I've got Dan's Dwarf, Gnome, Blaukissen, Silberkugel, Milford, Spans Cannonballs.
Yes, sir.
Yep, 2, Kahoot
Yep.
Hex, Stoneham, Dodola, Parsonsii, Blue Pearl, Oria Witch's Broom, Munsterland, Tenzen, Ripley Broom, LEB, Silver Pearl, Vago, Jamie, Ringwood, Pospisil, Piskowitz, Butterball, Frankie, Klitzerklein, Flower Eskimo, Bambi, Yellow, Cecilia, Echiniformis. Then if we go on the next one, Sargentii, Yellow Tip, Icebreaker, Clambrasiliana, Shorty, Roman, Little Gem, Schmittii, Crystal Kugel, Poof, Jacobson, Green Diamond, Piccolo, Jessica. I think that's enough sadness, isn't it? I can go Creamy, Sapphire Nymph, Spreading Star, St Mary's Broom, Tundra, Barbett's Compact, Bicol Prostrata.
Can I just ask you a question?
Myers Dwarf. Yeah.
Have you actually got a girlfriend yet?
Go.
Oi! What are you doing?
I'm not going to run away just yet.
Were you going behind that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help out. I'm gonna do the 36 black adders, the
Agastache Blackadder?
yeah, because I'm not supposed to be doing my diary, but I can do that at home so I can get this done. And then then Thomas and Lisa just need to do the lobelias.
Okay, I'll come and help you. We'll crank through them double quick time.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Come on, let's get our fingers out.
I can run faster than you.
Fucking crackers.